Actor Jeff Daniels has proved he can play any role.
Yeah.
He made us laugh out loud in Dumb and Dumber in the 90s, and he recently played a character who will do anything for what he believes is right. Now he is doing double duty in a new Showtime series as an executive producer and a star. It's called American Rust. Showtime is a division of Viacom CBS. Daniels plays a police chief in a former steel town in Pennsylvania. Check it out.
I'm good, thanks.
You sure?
On duty. I still care too much what people think.
You don't seem to care what the county judge thinks. I was under the impression you're supposed to be catching bad guys, not serving as their lawyer.
I did catch him, and I locked him up. The question now is whether the DA is going to embarrass herself by charging a kid with a felony for a bar fight, especially when the other kid came after him, cut him first with a bayonet. I mean, where do you even get a bayonet?
They're not kids.
That's a good point. Another man came after him with a bayonet.
Daniels is also returning to Broadway as Atticus Finch in To Kill a Mockingbird. Good morning and welcome to our new studio. Jeff, what's up?
Morning, Nate. Go Lions.
That's right, go Lions. Glad you said that. We'll see how they do this season.
Yep.
But we'll get to American Rust in a second. You started rehearsals after almost 2 years away for To Kill a Mockingbird. What was it like to be back?
A lot of it was still there. That was the first thing. Almost 2 years since I even said the words, and then you pick up the script this summer and you're going, oh.
I know this.
Like old song lyrics that you remembered from songs you like. I think I could use a little Atticus Finch in my life right now. I think America could use a little Atticus Finch in our lives. And so that was that and helping Broadway reopen, helping New York City get back on its feet. If me coming back into Mockingbird helps that, then yeah. But I want to come back into Atticus today and see how it's different from when we did it.
Being on stage is a unique experience. What did you miss the most?
I missed and look forward to the closing argument that Atticus Finch delivered.
Right.
And you, at the end of the last third of the closing argument, I turn to the audience and I treat them like the jury. And you have 1,400 of the most sophisticated theater goers, predominantly white, sitting in the Schubert Theater, not moving. I mean, they're pinned back.
It's so quiet.
Actors dream of roles like that, of moments like that, and it happens 8 times a week on that show.
I can't wait. Listen, when you talk about actors dream of certain roles, I'm curious about American Rust, because I read that you read this book 12 years ago, and were you holding on to it saying, one day I'm going to do this?
I'd read it. I'd met Philip Meyer. He did a book reading here in New York City, and I went down to see this new author, debut novel. Great book. Bought the book, read the book. Yeah, this is really great. Not in a position to get anything made. I'm trying to keep the career going.
Yeah.
But then that thing that happens that people say, when do you know when you've made it? I knew I'd made it when my agent, Eddie, called and said, yeah, we could do this or we could do that, but what do you want to do? American Rust. That's a book I have, and that was, I don't know, a couple years ago, 3 years ago.
Once you had that power of all the things you could do, why that? Why American Rust?
I hadn't played him before.
A
Character,
police
Del Harris.
chief? Is that what you mean? You hadn't played a police officer? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, that. I hadn't played a cop, so that was, that was on the list. But I knew Del Harris. I grew up in Michigan. I worked at my dad's lumber company. I drove truck. I did all that. I delivered. I did all that stuff. I'm around those guys. I was that small town kid that had the acting thing not worked out. That's where I'd be. I'd be back at that lumber company with my brother and running the family lumber company in a small, with that, I am that guy. So when I saw the Del Harris and American Rust, I'm going, I want to go in there. And Philip Meyer, what he did and what Dan Futterman did with the series, just, you go deeper and deeper. And I'm doing things in this show that I've never done in any other show.
Like what, Jeff?
Well, there's the opioid deal. I'm on the VA cocktail, which is Benzedrine, Klonopin, and Zoloft, I think, and I'm trying to detox myself off it. And so there's that. And when it doesn't go well, I mean, there's the detox. There's a crime that happens, and I get a little too involved in it.
Looks like you might have crossed a line or two.
Yeah, and then later on in the series, I get to do some things that I have never done. on screen.
Okay, that's a good tease.
That's a good
Let's talk
I know
about.
it's a tease, but I can't say.
No, that's good. We like a
Right.
tease. When you think about Dumb and Dumber, if you're sitting at home and it comes on, do you stay and watch it? What do you think about it? How does that sit with you?
I'll stick around a little bit with
You
it.
do?
And
Uh-huh.
it's, yep, still funny.
It is very funny.
still
It's
funny.
very funny.
We didn't know at the time.
My kids yell at me when I make them watch classic movies, which for them is movies from the 90s. They love Dumb and Dumber.
Thank you. It's just, I remember doing the toilet scene, and I'm going, and Jim Carrey's sitting next to me, and Jim, I'm going, he goes, what's wrong, man? I'm going, well, it's either the beginning of my career or the end of it. And it's going to be great. Oh, man. Jim taught me to be fearless.
Oh, let's just
a
say,
great gift.
Jeff Daniels, your talent is very wide and vast.
This is true.
As long as your career, which
One
is
of the
a good
best in the
thing.
business.
Which is
Thank
a good
you.
thing. And go Lions.
That's right.
Thank you, Jeff. American Rust premieres this Sunday on Showtime, which, by the way, is a division of Viacom CBS. And To Kill a Mockingbird, this is big, reopens on Broadway October 5th. Jeff will be there. Very busy. We'll be right back.